Hello and welcome to another episode of DudeBro. I'm here with my main man, Alias Fresh. This is DJ Eyvory. We're excited to kind of break down some more topics for you and bring you some realness. Today we're actually going to be talking about the Atlanta hip-hop scene and just kind of a lot of the changes that we've seen since the time that, I know when I was 16 years old, driving around in my car, bumping some music, Do or Die or whatever, Twist or whatever it might be back in those days. But I know now the scene has changed drastically, and I kind of want to just get into it by chopping it up.
Rest in peace, Johnny P.
Yeah, that's right. Real talk. But I kind of wanted to start it off by talking about my personal favorite group of this time, the Migos. Obviously, you got Takeoff.
Mama!
Yeah, do it for the money. You got Takeoff, you've got Offset, and then everybody's favorite, of course, Quavo, right? Now, Matt has actually coined a phrase that we've actually, it's called Solo Quavo.
Yes, Solo Quavo.
And it's kind of in reference to what a lot of people are talking about now. It's
the lone Migo.
It's the fact that you've got Quavo now. He's kind of going off for the first time doing his own thing, and a lot of people are mad about it because they like the sound of Takeoff with Offset and. And Quavo together, but you've got songs like the Fast and the Furious 8, the Fate song, where Quavo's really he's doing his thing, he's solo, but I don't know how to feel because every time I hear a Quavo song without the rest of the group, I feel like, hey, okay, this is cool, but now when does Takeoff come off? I need that chippity hippity hippity. You know what I mean? That shit is the woo. That's
kind of I feel it's like the sauce and shit. He's like, yeah. And then
you got Uncle Offset. He's the old he sprinkles them every time.
Do you have a favorite?
Well, it's almost like I have to say it's Quavo because Quavo is like he's like the choir boy. He hits him with that cool swag, and he's the face. So without Quavo, I don't know if you'd have something because Takeoff is great, but he couldn't maybe do a solo track, and I don't know. I mean, he's good, and in all rights, he's amazing, but together they're Voltron. They form. But but Quavo, I have to give him the credit because he is good. He does tracks with Young Thug. He does tracks with everybody.
The Voltron form is facts.
But
you can't.
Together.
Wait. You said what? He does what?
Well, I said they form like Voltron.
No. You said Quavo.
Well, he does go off and he does good tracks with like Young Thug, and he does things with a lot of people.
Everybody was where they used, and I would have to agree with that.
Travis Scott,
Quavo is a feature phenom right now. He's on everybody's track.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to be an asset on everybody's track. It's one thing to just be on everybody's track because you're the hot thing right now, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're popping. But it's a guan with him because he really is making your song better. You know what I'm saying?
You kind of need him. Like, especially the Young Thugs right now who are like, when they first came on, they had that like, well, this is the Carter, and there's the beef, so it was relevant by itself, but now it's like you need Quavo because... he really adds a certain flair to everything he does. With Travis Scott, it's the same thing. Travis Scott has kind of, in my opinion,
Travis Scott's the boss.
He filled the shoes of Kanye, who's kind of, unfortunately, with the whole Kardashian. Okay.
Pause.
Okay, hit me up.
You're okay.
I'm hitting a lot of things.
So you're telling me that Travis Scott is filling the Yeezys of Yeezy. How does that work?
Now, not maybe...
How does that work?
Okay, now let me take a step back before I give people hate mail. So Travis Scott, to me, when he first came out with Quintana, and with
man's getting technical. Okay.
Yeah, because this is something I will go toe to toe with him on this one.
Let's do this,
and I'm glad to learn. But Travis Scott, one of my favorite artists, I give him a lot of credit. He is a sound maybe that people don't realize. It's very dark. It's very emo. It's almost very rock and roll. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it imparts this certain Texas flair because people don't know maybe, but he's from Texas.
Facts.
And he has a certain swag with like the screw effect, and he understands things like when you hear Quintana, like what he did with that song, it gives me chills just hearing that song. And a lot of those songs from that time, his new shit like Goosebumps. I mean,
that's the jam.
He's able to tap into this energy that's like it makes me just like I just want to cry.
On it, but it's still a hot song.
Oh, Kendrick, and Kendrick does his thing rightfully so, but so Kendrick's dope.
I'm sorry, now I gotta say this. He said the pussy was to die for, he lost me. The song was hot, and he's like, the pussy's to die for, and I was like,
He did the Alien Andre 3000.
He always did that, though. That's always it. That's
and it's cool,
but he said the pussy's to die for.
That pussy to die for.
No.
I do remember that.
No, it's not. It's not.
Don't kill yourself, people.
Like, it's really not. And that's kind of apropos, because what's happening right now, we got a bunch of weak-ass niggas that just been doing just that. Killing themselves and other people
oh, yes.
over women.
Yes.
And you got people like Kendrick talking about there's some sort of pussy out there to die for.
What was Naughty by Nature used to say? It was a OPP, other people's pussy?
I'm not saying I'm not saying that he's forcing anybody to kill anybody or anything of that nature. I'm just saying that shit is weak. We don't need any more of that. But anyway, I digress. Get it. You were saying.
No. I like where you're going with that. I think it's very important that people kind of understand what's going on with music, because I almost feel like I'm being forced to listen to bullshit. And
no, you are. There's no feeling.
It's like I'm being spoon-fed bullshit. And I know on some of our last episodes we say similar phrases. What happens basically is this: it's like you get spoon-fed all this bullshit, and they almost tell you what to like as opposed to what's really good. There was a time when there was not as much maybe competition, so the stuff that was good could kind of filter through. And it's a strange. I guess it's a strange balance with that.
No, I don't even think they care what's good anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, on the extreme. If we're gonna play this extreme game, because obviously there's good music out there, and there's truly amazing, talented people out there, and every artist who's given the name artist really feels like they're an artist and they're out there. Obviously, there's a couple of people out there who are just guapping. I feel you, but it's either way. You're making music. It's an artist thing. You're doing whatever you're doing. Blase, blase, blase.
Yeah.
The point of the matter is, though, it's about paper. Like, hip hop changed completely when it became corporate. Because
music
now you're making the song thinking, will they like it?
Yeah.
Now you're making a song saying, okay,
it does change
is this
the dynamic.
marketable?
I feel like
you might have a banger. You might have like, God, that sounds so generic. You might have a fucking like, I don't know. You might have a serious song with an amazing message that is going to speak to people and change minds, but it may not necessarily be what you would call commercially viable.
I love where you're going with this, because it really opens up the question of who everyone is sounding like these days. And of course, there's only one culprit. And in my opinion, one of my favorite rappers of all time and singers, Future. But
interesting.
Obviously,
provocative.
It's very like, I have a lot of his early mixtapes, and it's one of those things where Future even. I remember the first time I heard Tony Montana in the club. Whew, that shit knocks, boy. And when it gets mixed right, it's amazing. And his sound is just like, it's very viable. Obviously, he's good with like, every female artist he works with, and everything he does, and every actually artist he works with, he tends to make songs very poppy but like hot at the same time. It's crazy how he does it. Like, it's like he's got that swag, man. And so for me, I understand why everyone wants to sound like Future, but it almost opens that question, like you were telling me earlier, about people like Designer, where you can have a New York guy who, if you're gonna bite anybody, why are you biting Future? You're from New York.
That's a rough one.
It's crazy, but he sounds just like Future. So I remember the first time I heard Designer, I was like, oh, that's a cool Future song. I'm hearing Designer, I'm like, Panda.
Bruh.
And I'm like, that is sick, that Panda Future song.
Bruh.
Like, no, that's Designer. I'm like, who? Sounds just like Future, though. But then you do hear it, and you're like, oh, that's not Future, you're right. And you see a slight difference, but it's like building a whole style around someone else.
No, I mean, we came from a different era, bro. Like,
yeah.
It's just different.
People used to sound different.
That aspect.
Yeah.
Not just used to sound different. Like, that can be, like, regionalization of hip-hop is a whole different thing.
Yeah, it's like Atlanta sounds like New York sounds like LA, which is crazy.
But there was a time, like, but that's a different thing. I'm more on this whole deal, like, yo.
But it's that one world stuff.
This
I guess,
cat is like a clone.
Yeah.
And whether it's good or whether he's good or bad as a person, that's not the point. We're just saying, for whatever reason, this artist, 2 words, Gorilla Black. Let's look at the Gorilla Black.
Oh
case
yeah.
Let's look at that. That's our case.
Notorious B.I.G.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gorilla Black is Biggie incarnate.
That was interesting.
Whether he tried it or not, he was Biggie in motherfucking incarnate. So the question now is, what happened to Big? Where'd he go?
Yeah.
We got New Pac. Yeah. What happened to New Biggie?
You got that clone Pac too. Remember
Where
that
did
whole clone
he
thing? That was interesting. God.
People love Biggie.
I do. I love
we have real Biggie.
I'm a West Side person, Biggie. But I spent some years on the East Coast. I spent a few of my childhood years on the East Coast.
We don't need GMO Biggie. And so the question is Future, or rather, is Designer GMO Future?
Ooh, wonderful question.
And so this is where it's like,
I would have to maybe say yes, because you've literally taken something, and all due respect to Designer, he did Bill Nye, the new Bill Nye show, so You know, I'm a big fan. Obviously, I like.
I have not
seen
seen Bill Nye's the Man though. Shout out to Bill. I like that sign shit.
And Bill Nye says if we don't turn shit around, that there's gonna be no pandas left. So and sushi or coffee. So.
Well, I'm telling you,
I like all three of those things.
Hey, research the Fukushima
like
shit.
sushi.
They're definitely not talking about Fukushima. Yeah. You need to check that out because coral reef fucked.
Yeah.
Don't take my word for it. Check it out.
Oh man,
we're gonna have to deal with it. Nature will always push on, but the point of the matter is still that whole sushi game is real. Because that whole sushi game is extra real.
It's saving our earth, man. It's like it's about keeping it.
The illness, my friend. The illness. Yeah. Knowledge is one of the elements.
It's about keeping it swaggy, but keeping it real and telling people stuff that they need to know. But you know, I really love music. That's the thing about me. I'm obsessed with it. I actually can't sleep at times because I get the goosebumps like Travis Scott be talking about. Like, and I don't want to be on some like corny like dick riding shit. But I'm gonna say like this: I make music, and so does Matt. And when I say Matt, I mean my man Fresh. But you know, we grew up together, so we have Freudian slips. But the thing is this: music needs. It doesn't really need anything like from a steroid standpoint. It doesn't need more production. It doesn't need more, you know, like marketing. Really what it needs is just fresh air. It just needs like Tom Petty. Tom Petty's a great example. Tom Petty's a person, if you ever watch his bio or his autobiography on Netflix or anything like that, he's really an artist. Like, he really cares about music and he cares about life.
That's what you're saying? No.
He fought the fucking corporations harder than anybody. When they wanted him to be the first person to sell his album for $10. I'm talking like probably in the 80s. And he was like, "Are you fucking joking?" He's like, "Yeah, I get that people are gonna buy it, but I mean, it's like, I'm not gonna just like crucify these people. Like, I mean, it's like you're putting and obviously it went on. There was a first artist who sold their album for $10, and we buy albums for $10 now. But he always would take a stand, and he won against the corporation. They told him he was gonna be that, and he said no.
Right.
And they said, "We're not gonna put your shit out."
I just think these are apples and oranges.
Well, I say that
because
to say this. There's many examples with him like
no,
this.
No, it's not him. I'm saying I feel the spirit of what you're saying.
Right.
I think this is a very nuanced subject, and I think one of the easiest ways maybe to look at it would be from the standpoint of every other genre of music can say anything.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's limitations with hip hop, yeah.
No, not even limitations on what you can say, but I'm talking about they will say anything, and the artist is separate from what is said.
Okay.
You say anything, and you're in a rap song.
People take
it
real.
Personal.
Oh yeah, it's personal.
You're gonna go to jail.
Yeah.
If you rap about I have a gun in my back.
X-rated, man. He's a great example, yeah.
You know, we can go look at how many rock songs are talking about raping people and drugs.
Oh
and,
yeah.
You know,
the toadies
your
and
mom and you know, there's country songs that are doing the same thing.
The Smiths are actually one of the first really subliminal groups. You ever listen to Morrissey? That dude's a trip. He's like barbarianism starts at home, and it's like about like beating your wife and shit. And it's crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of wild shit out there.
Well, I mean, there's something to be said for keeping it subtle, and there's a whole artistic flair. But I just want to point out that in hip hop, it doesn't matter how. And you made a great point with X-rated. I did hear you. When he's I think an amazing example of that, where obviously he's not eating baby guts and you know. Fucking squirrels and shit like that.
Yeah.
But these lyrics
they got him in trouble.
Are lyrics that literally got him in trouble. Now these are things that like for example, obviously Christian moms got mad about Marilyn Manson and things of nature. But he didn't go to jail.
No. Because he never stuck himself to anything. I didn't burn the cross at Mary Lou's house.
Whatchamacallit, Ozzy Osbourne. Did Ozzy Osbourne go to jail for biting a bat?
Probably for a night, you know what I mean? Night, too. Like, he probably went...
So, he was on stage, and he's literally eating animals.
If he went somewhere like L.A. or something like that, they probably wouldn't even care, because I don't know if you ever heard of... his name's Gigi something. Yeah. Gigi Allen or something. This guy used to, like...
Oh, he's a chicken dude?
He used to basically go on stage naked like shit and do weird stuff. Like
no, but they call that shit performance.
Yeah, and they do, and it was, and I don't know if I agree with that.
But very good point.
But yeah, that's
very good point.
And people, there's people out there who are like, they'll literally be like, "That is the greatest fucking artist who ever lived." So fuck you. And like, I will check him out for the simple fact that
people say that.
I will, and that's one of those things where it's come to my attention more recently. But when I heard about the cool stuff and the wild shit he did, it kind of was like he really stood out in my mind, and I was like, okay. He was almost like the Charles Manson of like stage performance. It was crazy.
But again, back to kind of bring it back in.
Yeah.
Say certain things in hip hop, it's going to be a problem.
Oh yeah.
We're treated differently as a genre. So now.
Yeah.
When
you can't maybe shit on a stage as a hip hop artist. It might not be.
Oh no, Daylight already did that.
Oh yeah, who did that one?
Daylight. Battle rapper.
I bet Tyler's probably done some shit
He
like that
probably
too.
should have stayed. He totally should have stayed.
That's true. You
But
can do that.
the,
that's true. I personally am not trying to sign up for that show, but
How do we get on shitting on stage? Anyway, how did we get here?
and that's how sometimes I feel about modern music, though. How do we get here?
How did we get to shitting on stage? That is a good.
That's
statement
all.
about
I mean, I
modern
say that, and it is funny, but like, let's be
But
honest,
it's
people.
facts.
Like, that's why I try to say, like, people please watch Mozart, watch like old Mozart, watch people like Robert Johnson, early blues artist,
Classic.
B.B. King,
Facts.
Stevie Ray Vaughan, Eric
Love it.
Clapton, and I say these names. The reason I say
White boy knows his shit.
these are the reasons I do say people like Tom Petty, and I don't mean to like push any agenda. I'm just as an artist and a fan. He was one of the artists who I noticed who was like, hey, stood up against like shit, and now
True. No,
Ice Cube
true.
does that.
True.
Like we can use NWA.
True.
Like,
No. You're right. Tom Petty is actually a perfect example. He's a perfect.
He is the example of like someone who's like.
If we were talking about shit that wasn't hip hop, so we're talking about fucking Ice Cube.
Yeah.
So anyway,
And so
Ice Cube,
Cube's
surf
perfect.
shit.
And that's
You saw
I say that's
NWA.
yeah.
There's been more than that, but anyway.
And that's why I go there is because it's like there's a million examples, but the stories are always the same. Where it's like, a lot of times the artists fold. They get to that point where okay, I guess I will be the artist who sells my album for $10 because someone had to do it because it's been done by a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then we're in a situation now where it's like, well, do we sell our album for $4.99 or do we sell it for $9.99
no.
or do we just give it away?
Pause. So that's again, I think another conversation you get because the monetization in hip hop is all fucked up.
Oh yeah.
No. Like we're giving away all kind of music. Like every day.
Give away a
people are
whole
coming out.
compilation.
No, people are giving out these crazy mixtapes.
How much free music of Travis Scott did I get that I loved? I'll just say that right now. And Migos.
It has changed.
YRN1, YRN2. I've got Before the Rodeo by Travis Scott. I've got After the Rodeo. I got During the Rodeo. I've got all types of free shit.
That's every artist out here. But back to what we were talking about Future.
Now that they're getting paid for it.
Well, back to when we were talking about Future.
Yeah.
And that man is cranking out mixtapes. He let a project
every
today.
week.
And random people out there remixing other shit he's had into other fake mixtapes. But they're still fire, so you listen to them anyway. Yeah. But the point of the matter is, those are free. They call them mixtapes, by the way. They're not mixtapes. Quick PSA.
Free albums,
Quick PSA. A mixtape was mixed.
A mix used to be a DJ.
A mixtape is a what? Say that again.
DJ used to touch it and he would.
You're a DJ.
I used to do that stuff.
I remember that.
I remember that. When we had turntables, now we have these things that are like.
And you used to like blend all the songs together.
Oh.
It was the shit. Okay, look, mixtapes have skits. Bring that shit back. You need a skit. What is a skit?
Yeah.
That was like this thing you did that wasn't. You talked. You didn't just rap. You
Maybe
talked.
like someone died or someone got shot or like.
Sometimes
they go to like the grotto and they eat food.
Shout out to Redman when people used to get pranked on the
he
fucking.
Was good. He was like Jerky
on the
Boys.
answer machine and shit. It was the best shit ever.
He was like Jerky Boys.
Fuck man! Shout out to Funkmaster Flex before he got all fucking weirdo on him. Funkmaster Flex, 60 Minutes of Funk, Volume 1, best shit ever.
Exclusive.
No, it's DJ Clue. That's the other greatest DJ in the game.
I forget.
Desert Storm, stop.
I felt like we were there, I just was like,
no, we were there.
We're
that was
taking
perfect.
it back, baby.
That was perfect.
Funkmaster Flex though.
Illuminati was the regime, yo. Like it's kind of sad how the politics behind the Rough Rider thing, because that shit was like.
DMX, I'm glad to see him kind of like making music again because I'm a huge fan of DMX. I mean, wow, man. Do you remember in high school?
X never fell off.
Do you remember like what it was like to have an X album back then? It was like I can't show my mom this. I don't even know if I can have. I thought I was gonna get struck down from Yahweh.
Oh,
just for having.
No way.
Oh man, I ain't gonna front, dude. Like
Fans with the shits. I had his Dark and Hell
Flesh in
the
My
day
Flesh.
that shit came out.
No, I did buy that one. I got that as a gift from a girlfriend. That one was great, but it was when he had that one with the Tum of the Blood.
What girl was this? That's this Dark and Hell. That's the first one.
It was no, it's Dark, yes, but the one I was afraid. Yeah, I got that as a gift, but the one I was afraid to get, and I bought it actually from Mathew, was Flesh in My Flesh, Blood in My Blood. It was in that tub with Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
That album, I loved it because they had like Down for My Homies and all the other good stuff, man. It was like,
my niggas get down like flesh of my flesh. What? Blood of my blood. What?
Oh man, he was. And that was that spine goosebump type of music, That's the stuff that
I'm telling you now. We played many games. Many fucking games in football. I'm saying.
And my skateboard sessions were filled with DMX.
not just the Rough Riders anthem. Like we put that shit aside.
Wu-Tang.
I'm talking Damien.
People probably, I don't even know if people know who Wu-Tang is. They're pretty good. If you don't know about them, they're pretty good. They're a group of like the best MCs. They came together.
A bunch of random guys from New York.
They were
really good
pretty cool.
Maybe you know about them.
Method Man was one of them.
Check them out.
Raekwon.
Maybe you think they're old heads.
Who was your favorite Wu-Tang? Let's just say that.
Ooh.
I kind of have to say RZA in a weird way. Like I like the RZA because of like the Afro Samurai and like what he's done progressively.
See, okay, first of
but
all,
Ghostface though.
See what I'm saying? Like you go through.
It's
I
so
think
hard.
You go through Wu-Tang
Raekwon.
phases. You go through like
You
Wu-Tang
do
phases.
Method Man.
Like there's Wu-Tang things.
Capadonna's sick. I mean, they're all good. I mean, he's not as good as maybe. Well, I can't say that because he has his moments.
Okay.
They're like so lyrical. They're like they make you feel like
If
you take it personal if you say one's better than the other.
if you're only picking one.
Yeah, that's hard. I might say Ghostface.
We'll see. That's what, I like that. I
I'm
like
a
that.
Ghostface guy because it's like yo,
It's picking out Tony
check my
Stark.
style. Tony Stark's baby. Woo.
So you're not an Axel Braxton fan?
I don't dislike it. It's just I like I said. It's just all this new stuff, man. It's too much for me.
Here's what I think about
and
it.
I get it though, because we do progress as artists and we do new things and we try new things. I don't know. It's like
I feel like Action Bronson would not exist if he didn't have a certain artistic climate around him.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say that about...
It reminds me of Cartoon Network as if it was like a rap group.
Interesting.
It's like the name is a wonderful marketing. It's wonderful marketing.
Go deeper. Shout out to Manzo.
I can't touch on it too much just because it's like, I haven't listened to it as much as I should have because I kind of heard it and I was like, oh, I'm...
I get it.
It kind of reminds me of stuff that, like Raw the Rugged Man almost or something like that, you know what I mean? Like,
Wow, you're taking it back.
yeah, it kind of reminds me of a certain sound that I
Raw
like.
the Rugged Man. That's like Brother Ali days.
Yeah.
They all still rock.
Hey, man, wouldn't it be crazy if Eminem did a song with Quavo?
No. Garbage.
You don't think so?
Straight trash. Straight. Oh, crumple.
Yeah.
Trash.
You don't think the schnibbity-dee, that could like really be effective with that Mama told you.
Screw. Yeah. Okay. I mean,
What if?
No,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
no,
What
no,
if you add?
Here's me. Eminem's super sick with it.
He is.
Super hot,
He's a
rapid
legend.
flow, all
He's a
that double
legend.
time, kill it. However,
Yes.
I don't think the Schneedel
With
and
the
snooch
skirt.
is really going to male dwell.
What if?
I just don't.
What
I
if
just
we
don't.
put though take off and offset the whole Migos? So Migos with M.
Oh, that's not a problem. That actually might be like.
They might be able to curb it, right? They might be able to bring it back because then you minimize Eminem's effect. You have a nice verse from Takeoff where he comes
Yeah,
in.
no. Then it's the Migos.
He's like
featuring
Mr.
Eminem,
Magellan. I like what
or
he's talking
Eminem
about, Mr.
featuring
Magellan.
Migos, and it becomes a whole different thing.
He is the best.
Hold on.
Takeoff, and then you offset the uncle. Uncle's gonna come and he's gonna help Eminem do some kind of lecherous old man stuff because they get like that. I'm ready for it, boy. I'm just gonna be honest. If they would do that, I would. I will spend 5 minutes of my life.
Maybe.
Guaranteed.
Maybe.
You got my vote. I'll watch. I'll like button.
I'm watching it. No.
I might spend
I'm watching
99
it.
cents on it.
I'm watching it. Oh no, I'm buying that shit. I'm supporting
Yeah, I will.
Migos. I'm checking that shit out. Really, I'm like, do that shit with Eminem. That'd be a good look. You know what I'm saying? You're only gonna broaden your fan base and all that shit. Same thing with Eminem, but I'm just still thinking Schneedel, but it might be the match made in heaven. We'll have to see if you can make it happen. Make this shit happen, and say that you heard it here first. I'm with that.
This is why I listen to music. This is why I love music. To be honest,
What?
it's kind of like. You have artists like Eminem, and it's like a generational thing, and he's still relevant. And then you have these artists like Migos, and music's always evolving. I mean, trap is the sound currently that a lot of people really vibe with, but you still have like a lot of artists who are doing new things and trying new things. And I guess I'm always hopeful for music, and I'm always hopeful for the kids that they can experience just some really good times, because I just remember how the parties felt growing up, how amazing the times were, and I mean, that's what music's all about, really. It's just about, kind of expressing yourself, and so I'm not trying to be an old man. I'm like, oh, this is stuff, Sonny, turn it down. I want to still, be able to appreciate it, and I feel like a lot of this stuff, no matter what people say, I can vibe with it. I appreciate a lot of it.
Because I know you, or at least I feel like I know you from spending such time with you, rather. I'm going to translate what you're saying, that hip-hop rules the world right now. It's it runs life. And at this point in the game, you grew up in the hip-hop era. You grew up skating, listening to Wu-Tang. Like, that's how we linked up, you know what I'm saying? Like, middle school, I see you, and we're chopping about
it was all love.
Like, it was what the thing was, you know what I'm saying? So
Amazing
it's
times.
like...
It was, that was a crazy time to live, too. I mean...
Where is hip-hop now?
Yeah, it's different.
And I know one of the issues that people are having right now was many cats are asking themselves, where does Migos, where does Future fit in hip hop.
Yeah.
And if you're ahead, you already know that is hip hop. I mean, it's not. It seems like an awkward question. So, but it's something you have to bring up.
I mean, you've got
because people talk about the mumble rap and all that shit. But back to my man Quavo. Quavo on the solo dolo. Look, hey man, I wish you the best. I know that you need to get out there. You are definitely feature master.
Yeah.
It's super interesting to me where people look at you as a solo artist, but in reality, you are just a ultra. I don't want to say just. It's a little bit dismissive.
Yeah, no.
You are just smashing it on other people's tracks, enhancing shit.
Yeah.
I mean, really, at the end of the day, who are you gonna get on the feature? It used to be you had Drake.
You had
Quavo Chris Brown.
I mean, yeah.
And now you got a Quavo though.
Yeah.
Got a Quavo. You agree with this?
I'm 100% agreeing with that because Quavo is he's your go-to. He's your hard hitter. I mean, I hate to say like, you know, how a lot of these studio people, I'm sure they get together like, well, let's just put Quavo on it, you know, because it's like, oh god, it's got to be so. But from the real shit of what I want to hear as my human ear, I really enjoy Quavo's shit. Every song he does is new. He features on everything. He's always the best on the track. It's just when he is with Migos, it even takes that certain thing and it takes it to the next level. So that's why for me, I love when they come together. It's like
Migos in a sense.
Yeah.
Migos in a sense is like a Voltron.
It is.
Where it's like there is no Migo. Like Quavo leaves.
Yeah.
It's not like he leaves. He's just doing.
It's Transformers.
It's more like somebody is borrowing a piece of Migos. Like
you get a piece. Take the whole thing. Don't sell yourself short.
No, they don't. They need the Quavo piece. They're like, hey, you know, we need Quavo. We're gonna get Quavo real quick. He's gonna rock with us real fast. You go do what you do.
Travis
and they
Scott
come back.
Him, you know,
I don't really think Migos is going anywhere. I just see
please
it
stay
as,
together, please. I need that.
No, their bond's too strong. They got a group. I see them like a weird. Not like anything. They look to me like they have a brotherhood, and they maybe explain why. My man has so many features. You listen to the songs he's on. People seem to be genuinely excited to have him on them track.
Oh,
it
wow.
doesn't seem as if
they're smiling and
it doesn't seem as if them, you know, was backstage like yo.
It's like having one of the Beatles on your track.
Management
That
was
is the
telling
real
you
Beatles. I hate to say it. They're kind of like the modern day Beatles, the Migos.
Are the Migos the new Beatles? Is Ray Schmurda getting dethroned? Was his run just for the one song?
Is Gucci?
He's also another guy who has gone on a solo dolo trip, so I have to see how that happens.
Oh yeah, the Shrem Life.
But
he'd be doing a solo thing without his man, which is interesting.
Yeah,
they're good together, but I'll admit he does work better on a solo, even more where I don't miss.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna say that for the next. So Human Aliens, Fresh God, Fresh. The Genie is saying, look, this is hip hop. You already know what it is. Let us know. How do you feel? Solo Dolo Quavo? Migos Eminem? Trash? Am I tripping? Let me know. What's your name?
DJ Eyvory signing out, y'all. Thanks for watching. DudeBro.
Fresh.